Friday, August 4th, Erev Shabbat Parshat Ekev. That word Ekev is used at the beginning of the Parsha, and it's an unusual word. V'haya Ekev tishme'un et mishpatim ha'ele u'shmartem v'asitem otam, and it will be in the aftermath of, in response to the fact that you will hearken to all of these statutes, and you will guard and carry them out. And in response, God will also guard. God will guard the covenant and all of the commitments of kindness that He has sworn to your ancestors. So, what does this word Ekev mean? So, I said in the aftermath, but really, an Ekev is the heel. So, it means on the heels of you're carrying out the mitzvot. So, I will do this. But why use that phrase? I mean, that's unusual. Ki, im, the usual things we say if, for a classic if-then statement. So Rashi says, "Vayaki tishme'un im hamitzvot hakalot she'adam dash be'akavav." He's quoting the Tanchuma. Tishme'un, if you are willing to hearken to the light mitzvot, which a person will often trample with his heel. If you hearken to them too, Shamar Shemakecha, then God will observe His commitments to you. What does that mean? So the simple reading is that it is likely that there are exciting mitzvot, the ones that seem to be as we experience them, they seem to be weighty and important and significant, and we put our efforts into doing those. But the light mitzvot, whatever our list of light mitzvot might be in the human experience of that, they're the ones that people tend to ignore, or not perform with great care. And so God says it's dafka that, as the Tanchuma is reading it, specifically in those. This is like sort of the test of the Jew and his relationship to the mitzvot. If you will make sure that you treat them well, and you don't trample on them, but you raise them up like you would any other mitzvot. The significant ones. That's what I respond to specifically. I will guard and protect and commit myself back to you in terms of the promises that I've made. The Ksav Sofer has a different read. Excuse me, the Sfas Emes has a different read. No, Ksav Sofer. And he says, what we're talking about here is how do you do mitzvos. And we read it as trample on, right? As trample on. The mitzvahs that people really dismiss and degrade and disparage. But he reads it differently. It means the mitzvot that you have to, they're the ones that are just a hassle to do, and you have to run to around the corner for this and down the block for that, or drive miles for that. They're the ones that require more of us. Those are the mitzvot hakalot, the ones that we just don't want to have to do. Really? So no, those mitzvot, if you make sure that you jump onto your feet and you and head over to do them. So that's what God says He appreciates the most in the experience of the Jew that He will respond to with the promises that follow. So I don't know. We have both are a reflection on human nature, right? The one is the fact that we do have the sexy mitzvot. I'm using that phrase as a certain way, right? The exciting mitzvot and the ones which aren't so exciting, and the fact that to be a Jew, it means to be committed all around, even to the ones that don't seem to have great excitement that they evoke in us. We do those too. That's very important. Or the mitzvot which actually demand of us more, that feel almost annoying to do because of what they seem to call on us to have to schlep around and carry out. If we say, but you know what, I'm a Jew, I do this too. This is part of what it means, and not just when it's easy, but when it's not so easy also. So that too is the reference here, and that's how we should take time to reflect a little bit, right? What's my relationship with those mitzvot, and to perhaps push a little harder And when you push a little harder, you're actually not simply going to get reward, but you'll come to appreciate actually just how each mitzvah has something powerful that it carries. The ones that annoy you, they too are of great significance. The ones that people otherwise disregard, and you say, "I'm going to love this mitzvah," you create something powerful in the performance of that mitzvah, which should never be underestimated. Hoping that we can establish that relationship with mitzvahs ourselves in all the ways that we can to grow ourselves and to grow our relationship with God above. Wishing you all a Shabbat Shalom.